Since its inception, Alien has captivated audiences with its chilling portrayal of deep space terror and groundbreaking creature design. But what if much of the terror in Alien stems from real-world science? Today, we'll dive into the scientific foundations behind the franchise, exploring the terrifyingly plausible elements that make Alien feel so real. Real-world inspirations behind Alien. There's more to Alien than terrifying creatures and dark corridors. Beneath the horror, the Alien franchise explores some fascinating scientific questions, ideas that real researchers and thinkers are exploring today. Ridley Scott and H.R. didn't just create a horror story, they built a vision of space exploration inspired by real fears and scientific principles. Cryostasis and the psychological effects of deep space travel. The Alien franchise has always been more than just a horror series. It's a deeply unsettling journey into a world where science and imagination collide. From space travel and AI to the terrifying xenomorph itself, each aspect of this universe has roots in real science, bringing a chilling realism to the screen. Let's start with space travel. In Alien, characters use cryostasis, a form of deep sleep, to survive long journeys across galaxies. While we're not quite there yet, scientists are actively researching ways to put humans in suspended animation. Current studies aim to reduce metabolism for space travel or even emergency medical scenarios. Though we may be a few decades away, cryosleep isn't as far-fetched as it seems. Cryostasis in Alien might be science fiction, but NASA is funding research on long-duration space travel and its psychological effects on the human brain. Studies by psychologist B.E. Palinkas, for instance, show that long-term isolation impacts cognition and emotional stability, which makes the icy, distant behavior of the crew in Alien feel all the more realistic. Artificial intelligence and corporate ethics. What Alien predicted about AI. Artificial intelligence is another key feature in Alien, and the franchise explores the idea of AI systems that are fully autonomous yet governed by corporate interests. In Alien, we have Mother, the ship's AI, and Ash, an android with hidden directives. Today, AI plays a major role in decision-making, and while real-world systems aren't as advanced as Ash, we're getting closer to complex algorithms that can mimic human behavior. Ethical concerns, hidden agendas, and autonomy in AI are topics that Alien raised decades ago, but are highly relevant today. Mother, the AI on the Nostromo, shows a hidden loyalty not to the crew, but to Weyland-Yutani, mirroring the current debate on AI's potential allegiance to corporations over users. Researchers argue that the real danger of AI might come from its alignment with narrow objectives, not malicious intent. Xenomorph biology, evolutionary design, or weaponized engineering. The xenomorph's life cycle, from facehugger to chestburster to adult, is both horrifying and fascinating. The larva hatches and consumes its host from the inside out, just as we see in Alien. The idea of a creature perfectly evolved to invade and reproduce is terrifyingly plausible. The xenomorph life cycle, facehugger to chestburster to full-grown terror, is no accident. Fans speculate it was designed as a weapon, and some scientists agree it's a plausible, albeit terrifying model of biological warfare. Its parasitic reproduction mirrors the life cycle of parasitoid wasps, which paralyze hosts and lay eggs inside them. Biologists studying parasitism note that such traits evolve to ensure survival, just as the xenomorph adapts to its environment. Terraforming and planetary colonization. In Alien, humans attempt to terraform planets like LV-426. While we're far from transforming planets, scientists, including NASA's Jim Green, are exploring how we might warm Mars with magnetized shields or atmospheric manipulation. It's still speculative, but researchers are inspired by the same drive that powers Weyland-Yutani, making the impossible possible. However, there's a catch. Many researchers argue that terraforming could have unforeseen ecological impacts. Some experts, like astrobiologist David Grinspoon, warn that imposing Earth-like conditions could destroy alien ecosystems before we even understand them. A notion echoed in the Alien films where humans disrupt alien environments with lethal consequences. While we don't yet have the technology to alter planets on a large scale, Scientists are exploring how we might one day make Mars or other celestial bodies habitable. Terraforming, in particular, is the process of transforming a planet or moon to make it habitable for human life by altering its atmosphere, temperature, and ecosystem. Although it remains theoretical, scientists are exploring ways to apply terraforming principles to planets like Mars, focusing on techniques such as atmospheric thickening and temperature control. Bioengineering and genetic manipulation. Weyland-Yutani's obsession with immortality. The Weyland-Yutani Corporation's obsession with the xenomorph as a biological weapon reflects a real-world interest in bioengineering. Scientists today are already altering DNA to create disease-resistant organisms or to study gene functions. While bioengineering may not yet reach aliens' extremes, the franchise serves as a cautionary tale about pushing genetic experimentation too far. Weyland-Yutani's experiments with the xenomorph raise ethical questions about genetic manipulation. While the Alien films hint at the corporation's obsession with immortality and power, today's genetic engineering technology, such as CRISPR, allows us to modify DNA with precision. Bioethicists worry about the potential misuse of these technologies, paralleling Weyland-Yutani's reckless ambitions. One prominent example is philosopher John Harris, who argues that without strict ethical guidelines, genetic engineering could bring about more harm than good. Planetary hazards and hostile worlds. Finally, Alien presents terrifying environments that test the limits of human survival. These alien landscapes, filled with toxic atmospheres and extreme conditions, remind us of certain hostile environments on Earth, like deep-sea vents and volcanic landscapes. Studying these extreme environments helps scientists understand how life might survive on other planets and informs the designs of spacesuits and exploration gear. The barren landscapes in Alien reflect real extremes. Some of Earth's harshest environments, like deep-sea hydrothermal vents, are home to bizarre life forms that thrive without sunlight. Astrobiologists study such organisms, called extremophiles, to understand how life could survive on hostile planets. Some scientists suggest that similar environments on Mars or Europa might be hiding life in unexpected forms. Could humans one day confront alien life in these places? The Alien films show that such encounters might not go smoothly. The fine line between science fiction and reality. The Alien franchise taps into real science in deep philosophical questions about corporate greed, ethics, and humanity's relationship with the unknown. The terrifying reality is that, as we push boundaries, we're inching closer to many of these scenarios. Perhaps it's not just the xenomorph we should fear, but the lengths we might go to in the name of progress. So, what makes Alien so terrifying? It's the realization that much of what we see on screen has a basis in science. The franchise combines real biology, technology, and cosmic mystery to create a world that feels just plausible enough to make us question, could this be our future? As we continue to explore space and unlock new scientific capabilities, Alien remains a powerful reminder of the potential and the perils that lie ahead. Thanks for exploring the science of Alien with us. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more explorations into the science of your favorite sci-fi worlds.